Hi, this is Keith,
And I'm Regina
and we're back with another episode of Fostering with
with
the
the
Walkers.
Walkers.
All right, so in our last video, we said we were going to talk about the home study, which we both
Yes.
think was probably the most intrusive and extensive portion of the
Yes.
fostering process. So we're going to tell you a little bit about what that was like for us. And first, I want to say that the term home study, well, to me, was kind of misleading because I expected them to just come into the house and, see what the home was like. But it turned out to be like way more than that.
A family home study.
A family home study.
Yes, that's a better term for it.
So the lady came to our house
She did.
and she was very nice and professional. And she said there was two portions. First thing she wanted to do was interview everybody in the house, which fortunately we only had three people. And then she wanted to walk around the house. So she took Caitlin first.
Yes.
And she said she had to do it away from us, so there would be no, I guess,
Interruptions.
no one. Well, she didn't want her to be
Misled.
Well, she just wanted to make sure she got a completely honest opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did Caitlin?
Not a led opinion by us.
Yeah, she didn't want us to be there to influence her in any way.
Yes.
So how did Caitlin describe that interaction she had?
She came out and she said it was good. She said she asked her a bunch of questions about us and why do we want foster kids and why she wanted a foster kid and what did she have plans to do once the foster kid arrived, and that was it.
And she asked if she about discipline, right?
Oh yeah, she asked her how is she disciplined? How does her parents discipline? If her parents argue a lot, has she ever heard them argue? And
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
yeah, and what we do if we argue or there's a disagreement. That's pretty much it. She talked a lot about what Caitlin likes and school and that type of stuff. Like what type of student is she?
Okay,
That's pretty much it.
so that lasted about 30 minutes, and then I believe she did you next.
Yeah, then
And she told us
separated
ahead of time that these interviews were going to take 45 minutes each. So we're like looking at the clock. We had just worked the whole day. It was 6:30 p.m. when she got here. So yeah. But anyway, so what did she talk to you about?
So she talked to me about, she wanted to know my childhood, some of the things that I went through or that I experienced as a child. Were there any traumatizing events that I experienced as a child? She wanted to know the relationship with my parents and what role they played in my life. She wanted to know about my siblings, my education, my personal values and morals, how I parent,
Of course.
how I discipline, why I want to be a foster parent. And then she talked about our marriage. She asked me questions about our marriage. Yeah, a lot of questions about our marriage. How do we get along? What works best? How do we deal with arguments, disagreements, finances, intimacy? Was pretty much it.
Yeah, so she asked me the same questions, and at first when she started, where were you born? What kind of home did you grow up in? What type of relationships I had with my parents? Were they still living? And past relationships and all of this. So from what I gathered, just by the questioning, they're really trying to find out if you have a stable marriage currently, why some of your previous marriages didn't work. And from that line of questioning, she was trying to figure out if anything in our past,
your mental stability.
mental stability,
Yes.
and if anything in our past that led to a relationship not working was in our current relationship, because I take it that they don't want to put a child into a home where we could possibly divorce. So they want to make sure that we're stable and in love,
Yes.
and happy, and everything that a child needs to be in a family.
In a thriving environment.
In a thriving environment. So then she wanted to get information for a bunch of people in our lives that she could contact and interview them as well.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm a little sick. So she called my son, my daughter, my mom, my sister.
Same with me.
Same with her. And she pretty much asked them the same questions. What type of father was I? What type of son was I? What type of brother was I? I mean, just all those questions.
What
And
can
whether
you give to a foster child? And
yeah,
your previous parenting.
and whether all of these people thought we would be good foster parents. So that was a lot. And I would constantly get calls from all the people, and they would tell us that, oh, we just talked to her and we told her this and this. And it went on for a while. It took, and then she decided to do the house portion before she left. And we weren't prepared. I didn't know that when she got here, everything had to be
ready.
Yeah, showroom ready. Like we're bringing in kids today.
Yeah.
So she was pointing out stuff that was like not the way it should be. And like in our laundry room where we had just dog shampoo that was on the lower shelf, they can't be there. Okay, so the rule is, I think
All
if the child
chemicals have to be up high.
If the child is 8 or younger, it has to be over 6 feet high. And if the child is 12 or older, it has to be locked up. So if they could get to it'll be a problem.
Right.
And then she's asking, do I have any guns? And I'm like, oh, yeah, well, it's Texas. And that didn't go well because I didn't have the gun secured. But anyway, we made it through it. And we actually got a really good home study once it was all said and done.
Yes. Very lengthy.
It was very lengthy.
All the questions were definitely documented.
Yeah. So the home study that we finally got, which is a humongous file, it seems like every word we said is on there. Every word people said about us was on there. Every single observation she had. And so in our next video, we'll tell you a little bit about the home study file that they create.
Yeah. And they take live pictures. They come in and take pictures of your home.
A video. She took a video.
Video and pictures of your home, yeah.
So what do they use the home study for?
The home study is to pretty much match up with the children to determine your compatibility with the children. So they kind of want to make sure that you are a good fit for the children.
Right.
So based upon the things that you have in your family, how many children you have, how you discipline, what you do for fun, how often you gather as a family, they try to use those things to connect with the child to see if it's a match.
Right. So once you get on the TARE website, which we're going to have to make another video on that, and you see a child or a sibling group that you're interested in, they're going to look at your home study to determine if they want to consider you for placement for that child. So the home study means everything. It is everything.
Well, and one thing we left out about the home study when we're talking about the match, with the home study, basically they ask you what are some of your things that you are not willing to accept in your home, which was very important.
Yeah, she asked us that.
Yeah, so they'll ask you what type of behaviors you're not willing to accept, and that was a big major part for determining how the child is going to be compatible with you.
Right.
So if you're willing to take a child that is destructive, or if you're willing to take a child that has some severe anger issues or
fire starters, runaways, the whole gambit of behaviors. Yes. You have to tell her if that's something you would be okay with.
Right.
And they put that information in the home study too. All right. You got anything else to say?
Nope.
All right. So that's our home study video part 1. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you have any questions about the home study that you want us to answer in our next video, post them in the comments below.
Yes.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Foster with
the Walker. Keep love the kids.
Yes.